All right, Hawkeyes are 1-0. We have a lot of big stuff to talk about this episode. Tory Taylor joining us. What a pleasure he is.
He's just the man. He's the best. I can't say that because it might upset some people, aka Spencer, but he's one of the best recurring guests we have, if not number one.
Yeah, I mean, I would say anytime you can realize that Tory has gone completely unfiltered, it's a good episode, and he did that maybe 3 times this one.
Yeah, we're talking shop, like you said,
Yeah.
man. We're talking shop. Come
Like,
on,
where'd this convo go? I don't know.
who knows?
See, somewhere in Australia. That's
Yeah.
what a guy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have big news coming up. First one, and this is officially locked in. I know we've teased this before of having live shows, but we have paired up with some people. It's going to be hosted at the Ragaini's tailgate this year.
Yep.
What details do you want to provide on that, Coop?
It's a great. I mean, it's my favorite tailgate to go to. I mean, I haven't been to a lot. Granted, I've been to a couple, and they're all great. It's just fun because I love the Regainis. I know all of them very well. Great people. Always brings out a good crowd, and they're diehard Nico fans, and you gotta love it. And then on top of that, they love Iowa football. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a lot of just hanging out, chilling, drinking beer, having fun, talking shop.
That's
Come
right.
on.
We'll get some good guests. Mr. Reganey will of course be on a mic as well.
Absolutely.
His tailgate, his rules, he can do whatever he wants. But this will be our first one. I think one of the cool things last year, someone was walking through the tailgate fields and said, "What's up?" to me, and he's like, "Do you know where the Regaini's tailgate is?" So I think it's kind of cool. People want to join the Regaini's tailgate, and this gives them a chance to do it this year, Nico's final season.
Yeah, exactly. No, it'll be a good time. So mark your calendar. I think it's October 7th, right? That's Purdue week.
Yeah, October 7th.
So yeah, we'll be there hanging out with the Regainis, and whoever wants to stop by, see a little live show action.
Probably chuck a beer at you. We're going to come up with some good activities during the live show. Keep everyone entertained.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. But yeah,
we'll probably get a list of what guests will be joining us shortly. Make a good flyer for it, and we might be doing one Friday as well. So that one's not locked up yet. We'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, it's the train's rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun season for sure.
And we're good too. What'd you think? Let's get into it. Week 1.
Yeah, no, I think Cade looked phenomenal. I think he looked great. Plenty of
spiral.
Yeah, throws a tight spiral. He throws a great ball. You can tell the chemistry's there with the receivers and the tight ends. He's spreading the ball out a lot, which is good to see. And I mean, everyone's getting in on the action. Nico's getting catches. I know he's bummed out he dropped that touchdown. I talked to him about it already, which is a catch he's made a million times. He will make that catch down the road this season. That's like a guarantee. But no, it's fun to see them going to the receivers and the tight ends. Eric All's looking good. Lachey had a nasty catch.
Mm-hmm. Nico had a nasty catch.
Yeah, great catch by Nico. It's going to be. I think it was a solid start, especially for such new faces on the offense. Defense, just got to figure some stuff out, but we got the talent. It's not a big deal. But
also, Brian Ferentz, you dog for putting a 4 tight end set out there.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude.
I love that. 4 down.
He's coming out swinging this season. I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. He's running and gunning. Even the running backs look great. It's great. Line looks solid. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to fix up.
I think if there's anything I would write back, I think we need. I was expecting more from the line. That concerned the hell out of me.
Hey, it's all right. It's one of those things where you can just fix up what you need to be looking at when people give you certain looks. I mean, a lot of those guys is the first time. I mean, all those guys is their first time playing together because there's some transfers I think on the line.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, the first game of the season is a lot of jitters. You got to get them out. But, I mean, Iowa State, man, you want to talk about a game that's going to be arguably the most important game of the season?
That'll show what those guys have in the trenches.
It will. And Iowa State looked good last week. Shout out my boy Des Hudson, though. He had a touchdown for you and I. But, yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. It'll be – sorry, I'm about to go on a rant because I love it.
Do it. Let's hear it.
It's interesting because I don't know if Cade's seen this because he's never played Iowa State, but they run a defense that's a 5 defensive back set. So they have 2 corners, 2 safeties, and then 1 safety that kind of overshadows everything.
Mm-hmm.
He is basically the main run fitter. So if we run the ball, he's one of the first guys there. And then he's just kind of shadowing the quarterback's eyes when he drops back. So it seems like it's a tough look to figure out, but once you break it down, there's a lot of not habits, but they do certain things. You'll notice that they call him the star safety. He'll cheat. They're going to get cocky with it, I guarantee you, especially having Cade. They know he's a great quarterback, but they know he probably hasn't seen this look before. And if he has, I'm mistaken, but it definitely screws with the quarterback. But once you figure it out, once you break it down, if you break that defense, it should be a runaway. So we'll see.
Well, did you see? I don't know if you saw what Seth Anderson said yesterday during media.
Mm-mm.
He said there's a lot of opportunity in that secondary.
There is.
That secondary.
There is, especially after the first game. It's trying to prepare for a team the first week, basically only having film from last season is very hard. The second week is just as hard because the stuff they showed in the first game, they could show something completely different in terms of our offense. Especially this year, Brian's going to mix it up, I guarantee you. He's going for it. I love it. They'll probably throw some double moves. They'll probably be throwing some crossing patterns. They're going to confuse that defense. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm. Man, I love it because I think we played well in Ames. We score a lot of points there. I remember the last time we played there, Jack Campbell, fumble recovery touchdown. Charlie had that deep ball.
Yeah, dude,
down the middle.
It's a riot. It's a fun place to play, especially with the hype behind this game. It's going to be the state's going to shut down. It's going to be packed. It's going to be sold out probably. Oh man, it's going to be sweet.
It's good. That'll be a blast. Ames is one of the weirdest places to go to as an Iowa fan because I don't think the rivalry is as intense competitiveness wise. No. Just because we beat the hell out of them every year. They get their change once in a while. Like last year, you give them like a game or two once in a decade, but
you got to make it fun. You got to make it still fun. Give them one every 7 years. That's fine.
Yeah, make sure the state's still making their money. It sells out every year. You got to give them one.
Yeah, you need that. You need the Iowa State fans to at least come to the game. Yeah. You got to give them for something.
But it's funny because it feels like that when you're in Ames. We sat in the student section wearing Iowa gear in 2019. We talked about it with Tory a little bit, but there was zero animosity towards us, and we didn't win that game until the 2 special teams players collided. Great video.
Oh, dude, that was insane. Coolest freaking thing.
We win the ball game on that, but if that happens in Iowa City and there's Iowa State people around you, they aren't leaving untouched. It's that simple.
Well, dude, I will say this because we talk about this again on the pod with Tory, but I went to the first game I ever went as a fan was last year, Iowa State. Tough game to go to, and I will say this: Iowa State fans were letting us hear it when we were walking out. I mean, they were. You want to talk about chirping? They're running through the outskirts of the stadium, bumping into people, flipping people off. And it's like, you know what? As you should.
7 years of built up, you got to let something loose.
You got to let it go, man. All that built up aggression of losing every year in a row. It's got to feel good to get one at least.
Yeah.
But, dude, it's going to, I was just thinking of something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. It's not. You look at was last year the first time? Was it last year? The year? No, it was when We were still there, I think, when we were both ranked in the top 10. Where were we?
It would have been. It would have been your last year because Purdy was there.
Yeah, it was. We were
in Ames.
In Ames, it was the first time. That was when Ashton Kutcher was there. Man, dapped him up, coolest freaking thing.
College game day went.
Everything, dude. That is one thing though. Ranked or unranked, either team, it always comes out as a freaking gritty ass game. Like, doesn't matter. It's who came to play that day, who had the heart to win, who hates the other team the most, because at the end of the day, it's who wins the state. There's some bug flying. But
the crazy one, it would have been our freshman year when it was in Ames and Akram had that crazy game. Amir ended it in overtime.
Unreal.
The coolest pictures, James Daniels in the crowd just waving the towel.
Yeah, he was right next to Nate Wheating. It was hilarious, bro. That was awesome. Yeah, no, it's going to be definitely looking forward to watching that game. It's going to be a good time.
It is fun. Ames tailgates, well, I'll give them that.
Yeah. I mean, Iowa, the state of Iowa's tailgates.
Yeah, that's so true. It's just it's the people of Iowa are great people.
Yeah.
And absolutely. they know how to do a college football game day.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be a blast. I think we look good though.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great start to the season.
The Big Ten overall looked awful as a conference.
You want to talk about a fun game to watch, but actually a fun game to watch in the last 5 minutes, but just a shit game. Nebraska, Minnesota.
Yes.
Dude.
Welcome to the Big Ten, Matt Rule.
I love PJ Fleck. To the day I die, he got us the Big Ten championship. Thank you, sir. Row the boat, ski, mile, whatever you want. But they looked like shit. Both teams looked horrible. But the end, and Nebraska's quarterback, I mean, he's an athlete. He was making some crazy plays. But he's just he had like 3 or 4 picks. He had that one in the back of the end zone that was double covered in the corner, and he just threw it short. You can't make that throw. But the throw at the end of the game for Minnesota to tie the game was incredible. The dude, I think it was number 9 on Minnesota.
Oh, that throw.
He diced the route was nasty. And then he had the 1 foot drag, nasty. Oh man. The ending was a blast to watch, but
it looked like time stood still when he toe dragged.
It did. It was literally the ball was in the air. It seemed like for 30 seconds. Like it was.
But even the quarterback, I can't even pronounce his last name. That's something I'll have to work on.
Yeah, it's a long. It's
the name. Greek long last name, but he's from one of the high schools in my area. Okay. But he looked like Johnny Football on that last throw. He just zipped his hips back and tossed it in the corner.
But you know what? That's Big Ten football right there. Mm-hmm. The first game's always getting the kinks out. It's freaking gritty. That was a gritty game. Very gritty game. So that one, Purdue lost to Fresno State, which shout out my boy Tyro and Tracy. Went crazy. But their defense looked like shit. Fresno State, give it to them. They look good. Wisconsin.
No warning from Chuck that Purdue just sucked this year.
Yeah, definitely. He kept that one under wraps.
Yeah, me and Jeff are sitting in the sports book in Vegas, just upset.
Yeah,
just living in poverty after that.
Well, I was upset asking Henry and Mike. I'm like, all right, how's Illinois look this year? And of course, I get they're going to be good, man. And they fucking Toledo by 2. I'm like, come on, dude.
I kept hearing from those Illinois fans, we have 2 D-line All-Americans. All right.
Well, obviously, they didn't do shit if they're giving up 28 points to Toledo. But, Grant, Toledo's a good team too. But, at least they won that game. And then Wisconsin struggled. I will say out of the West, I think right now it's Iowa, Wisconsin, pretty clear. Grant, every single team did dog shit in the West this past week. But Wisconsin struggled with Buffalo a little bit. Buffalo was kind of doing an up-tempo, quick outs kind of offense, which is throwing them off pace. But Wisconsin's got some talent. And they kicked it around in the second half. So that'll be interesting to see how they do this year.
That was the cobweb game for them. Fickle will have him going.
Yeah, he's fine now. Trying trying to think who else is in the West. Illinois, Purdue. I mean, that was really it.
And then on the Mordecai will be better than he played too.
He had a tough again the first game of the season. East, Michigan looked good. Penn State looked good.
Yep.
Ohio State struggled, but again, it's Indiana looked fine, but like Ohio State just didn't look great. I think what's his name got injured, didn't he? Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he did. How about he came back though? Almost caught a tutty. He went out of bounds and came back in and caught it.
Dude,
but how about James Franklin going for the cover?
Yeah, what a wild move, dude. He definitely has spread. I mean, you're investigating. Oh man, yeah, that was wild.
17-point lead, and he's just going for a tutty with under a minute left. That was great. That's why he's like the Big Ten douchebag, you know?
Yeah, that was an interesting.
But I think Mel Tucker is the worst high-paid coach in America.
Yeah.
It's just they still beat up on Central Michigan, but man, was it a struggle to get going.
Hey, fire up Chips, dude. They put up a fight. I loved it.
They did.
It was fun to watch. Actually, I didn't watch it at all, but
fun. They went about 2.5 quarters and then just got stomped.
Yeah, that's they went into deep waters. Those guys pretty quick.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be the Big Ten's pretty wide open. I'd say on our side.
West, who do you think? Give your takeaway on the West now. Your revised Big Ten West prediction for top 3 teams.
Iowa, Wisconsin. I think Illinois will turn it around. I like who's the coach? What's his name?
Bielema.
Love Bielema.
He's the man.
Yeah. So I think those would be the top 3. I think it's gonna be a clear Iowa, Wisconsin top 2 though.
Speaking of, Nebraska has Colorado this week.
Dude, we have to talk about that.
Dion.
That was sick. Travis Hunter, freak. Shiloh Sanders, a beast. Bro, like their whole offense, I think they had 4 guys with over 100 yards.
Mm-hmm. And some of Hunter's catches that didn't even count were like, how did he do that?
Dude, I mean, I remember seeing videos of him in high school. He was just – it wasn't fair. Like, usually it's not fair. Like, he was like – you could throw a triple coverage. He was catching it.
I think he should be the front runner for Heisman.
Well, did you see his odds? Went from plus 2,000 to 3,300.
Him or Sanders have to be leading. I know Caleb Williams is just doing what he does, but
yeah, I'm not a huge Caleb Williams guy.
Me neither. I just think Lincoln Riley does this every time, where his offense puts up 1 billion points because his defense can't hold somebody.
Well, dude, that's like his whole thing is he just lets the quarterback. After watching that Manziel documentary. Like, as long as they're staying out of trouble, which Manziel didn't do a great job of, but as long as they're like doing what they need to do to stay on the team, he's just like, let them do what they want.
Yeah.
And like, if you do that, it's with those kind of quarterbacks, like the dual threat, you can really let them do whatever they want. And they can control the game pretty easy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think Heisman will be coming out of the Big Ten this year. I'll say that right now.
No, unless Marvin Harrison can turn it around. I mean, he has the potential. Corum also could be up there.
Corum could. I just can't believe Michigan's scheduling. They play 3 cupcakes.
Well, it's like the SEC. Georgia has like one of the easiest schedules this year.
The dumb thing about the SEC, which I love getting in this fight with them, is how they schedule 4 cupcakes.
Yeah, no.
You know, they only do 8 conference games in that.
I get in fights like at work all the time about it. We have Georgia, South Carolina fans. I have UNC buddies down here, which they're ACC, but they still talk a lot of shit.
Mm.
Which shout out, they just started a podcast. I forgot what it's called, but they're doing like a UNC NC State thing. It's cool. I like it. I love seeing
it. UNC looked good.
Yeah, they did. Drake May's a beast. I thought they might have trouble losing Josh Downs, but they were fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you'll be fine.
Rattler had 0 time to throw. That game was infuriating.
Yeah, I know. That was tough.
That was South Carolina in that one. Should we get down to it? Our list of top tailgate beers. This could be anything. This
is big. Me and Forrest are big beer guys.
Yeah.
I actually forgot. I think we did beers last year, but this is more prevalent. We're
going outside the box. You got to get people ready for tailgate season.
This is at any time of the day. This is from the moment you wake up for a tailgate, and then everything's fair game.
Mm-hmm.
Forrester, I think I kicked it off last time. You go first.
All right. Number one, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'll go with the coldest one.
Coors.
Respect. The silver bullet.
The mountains always stay blue.
When the mountains are blue, if you don't drink it with blue, I think it's a good tailgate beer because you can see whether it's cold or not.
If you don't drink it when the mountains are blue, then fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Exactly.
That's a great. We could use that. We should send that in Coors for an advertising.
Yeah. Let's put us on a commercial right now, Coors.
Yeah, put us over Ricky Bobby's face. If you don't shoot Big Red, then fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. And that's what's the. Why did you choose Coors? What's the scenario that you're like, Coors is the beer?
It's exactly that. Tailgate, you have no idea. Like this weekend, it's going to be hot. You have no idea if you're picking up a cold beer or a warm beer. On a tailgate day, you don't want to pick up that warm beer.
That is true.
So you look at those mountains, and if you see they're blue, you're ready to go.
Giddy up, dude. I like it. Okay. I would have said a different beer last year, but this beer is not as ready. I will say this later on. I will use this other beer that I was thinking of. I'm going to have to go with the best Iowa beer of all time. Repping the shirt. I have another shirt in the drawer. Busch, baby. Busch Light.
Oh. What kind of can?
Corn can.
There we go.
Got to be corn can. Even though I will say this, though, you can tell if the normal can's cold.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a cold Busch Light, you know it's cold and you know it's warm. And it's, oh man, I would say, I mean, that's just the beer. Like if I'm at a tailgate, if there's not a Busch Light in that cooler, I'm not happy. I'd be like, I'd ask, like, kind of Busch Light, and they'd be like, we don't have it. I'd be like, I might have to leave then. I might have to go to a different tailgate. But I mean, I use it for everything. Shower beers, freaking Busch Light. Oh, I am up. I'll let it auto draft. Yeah, got to go Busch Light though. Wake up, get some country rolling, maybe some hard rap, maybe some pop, maybe all of it, and then crack it open a cold Busch Light, and then carrying it on through the day.
I like that. Tailgate number 3 on the list. I'm gonna go shotgunning a beer.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna go with a label, nothing. Just shotgunning a beer during tailgate. I'm the worst shotgunner on earth. I'll say it right now.
If you're the worst, then I'm second worst because I'm right with you.
If you see me, don't even ask. I probably won't do it because I'm that bad. But you have to do one per tailgate. And once you get going, it's like, all right, it's football time. It gets the adrenaline going. It's like hitting the squat rack.
I think it's like a placebo, honestly. Like I could be like sober, stone cold sober. Shotgun a beer, I feel like I had 7.
Yeah. You could take an ice cold beer to the dome and be like, all right, it's game day.
Like, it's that feeling when you're just chugging it and it's just like hurting your like throat going down. But it tastes amazing.
Letting out the big burp after.
Wait, time out. What beer did you say?
Shotgun.
Oh, you're saying we can do any beer.
Situational, anything.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I like that. So we'll do situational for this.
Mm-hmm.
For the second pick. Interesting. I love that. Shotgunning, you kind of have to. That's a good question. I might have to say funnel.
Oh.
If you got a good funnel rolling, I think that goes quicker than a shotgun, man.
It right down the hatch.
Also, the worst funneler of all time. I'm horrible. I can't chug anything. I can't chug a beer.
Nope.
I can't.
Some people have that ability to just open the hatch.
Oh, I got a buddy from back home. One of my good friends, Luke. You want to talk about the fastest chugger you've ever seen? He just like you can see it's like his throat expands. His one gulp gone. It's incredible.
It's awesome. We go every year. We go to the Dewey's tailgate. One of my buddies, and we'll have the sons versus the dad. The dad still got it. I think he's the alpha of the family still. That's a tailgate day. That's a great tailgate.
I think that generation, and this is my theory, because they can pound beers, man. Like our dad's generation, it's like different. Every dad I know can chug beers. Where it's like I feel like when we went to college, it was more shots, mixers, and beer was like the chaser. Whereas like beer was the primary in that day. Which hey, we're trying to bring that back, baby.
That's right. We're getting it going.
Okay. So if we're doing that way, I say third, our next pick, games. Drinking games.
Drinking games. All right, I like that. At a tailgate, I'm going Rage Cage. This has many names to it.
Okay, yeah.
Many names.
Fit the names, because is Rage Cage, is that the same as like a Boom Cup?
Boom Cup.
I want to say it's King's Cup too. Don't people say King's Cup? Yeah, that game.
I've heard that in the South.
Yeah.
Everyone calls it King's Cup down there. That game at a tailgate, you get everyone lined up, everyone's involved, and then you just get someone who gets stuck with the big beer.
Yeah, and that big, and I mean, we used to play it with, it was anything that was around. So like, say the empty part of the freaking fifth of like Tito's is in there. You freaking put that in there. Beer.
Yeah.
It made it so like if you lost, you were actually like bummed out. You're like, fuck. This is not good.
My night's over.
A bad night really fast. I like that. I want to go OG, but at the same time, I think it kind of gets old. So this is the one I've had the most fun with because people get the most into it. Which runner-ups for me, love beer pong, classic. Love beer ball, which I think they call that something different. Where you
beer ball is great.
Beersby. Yeah. Beersby's fun. Freaking cornhole's fun. But I'm gonna go with Flip Cup, man. A good old Flip Cup game. I remember last year I went to the Wisconsin game. We found four random Wisconsin fans that were right next to Nico's tailgate, and it was like me, Ryan, Nick Anderson, and then Austin Giesland. And we just went up against four dudes. And you want to talk about just some Midwest tailgates. It was cold, freaking sweatshirt with the shirt over top. The dudes from Wisconsin were wearing those like construction gloves. Like it was that kind of cold, like snow flurries, that kind of shit. And we kicked their ass. So hopefully that's a preview of this year. But
that's right.
Flip Cup, man. You can't beat it. People get into it. Zoomy is also fun, but I'm going.
Same with Stump. You ever played Stump?
Stump is a Midwest fucking game.
Yeah, that's a great tailgate game.
Stumper, it's like the tree stump.
Yeah, you legitimately buy a tree stump.
They call it in Wisconsin. I think they call it Hammerschlagen.
All right, I have heard that.
But yeah, okay. See, I like what other things you got?
Final one is situational. I'm gonna go shower beer.
Oh, you fucker. That's
You start your morning off. The 11 a.m. game, this is a crucial beer to have. Shower beer right in the morning. First thing when you wake up, you crack one, you're rinsing off. You don't really want to get out yet because it might be a little too cold. Don't worry, you got a shower beer. You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah, you have an extra coat after that shower beer. You're good to go.
That's right.
I like that. Shower beer is undefeated, man. You can do shower beers even when you're not tailgating. It starts the day pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, dude. I'm gonna think really outside the box for this one, and I'm gonna go with The situation is it's almost kickoff. You got to get to your seat. And you just cracked a new beer, and everyone's like, hey, we got to go. You got to chug that beer. It's the beer chug before you get to the seat. You're ready. You're fired up. Is that a shitty one? Should I do a new one?
No. I like it.
I'm trying to think very outside the box here, where it's like everyone's like panicking, like, hey, we got to go. And you're like, oh, I got a new beer. All right, let me
got a chug. That's an awesome beer.
Great beer, man. It gets the blood flowing, and that can also put you over the hump of you being too drunk to go into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll make and break you either sitting there enjoying watching the game or you screaming at basically every play. It's awesome.
It's a great beer. Also, another one we left out, best honorable mention, Swarm beer. Shout out Swarm.
Shout out Swarm, baby.
People go join the Swarm. Hopefully there was plenty consumed this weekend for Utah State.
Absolutely.
All right. We will take it now to Tory Taylor. Great interview with him. Great friend of the pod. Hopefully we'll have him on more. And we will see. Hopefully enjoy that. And we'll see you next week. All right. We have America's sweetheart, Iowa's sweetheart for sure, Tory Taylor, best punter in America. Tory, it's been
I don't know about that, boys, but it's always a pleasure coming on the pod, so I'm really looking forward to this one. You're right, it has been too long, but very excited, so thank you again for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, was that the first block punt this week?
What do you mean?
Like, since you've been here, they got a hand on one of them.
Oh, no, I've had Northwestern my sophomore year and then the Big Ten championship.
You gotta get that off your foot, mate. A little faster.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I would agree.
Do you think about putting the burners on, just running right around them the next time?
No, because I did that last year and it didn't work out too well, Jack. As the people of America saw me embarrass myself in front of 100 and what is Ohio State hold, about 106 or something like that.
Yeah. You know what's sweet?
Right.
Now that you've done that and you failed it, if you do it again, no one will expect it.
I know. I'm not doing it again, though.
I think you should do it when actually no one expects it, meaning like the whole team. Like just run.
Well, no one expected it last year when I did it. So it'd be the same again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, next topic of discussion there, boy. Thanks.
Oh, that was awesome.
It's funny to look back on
It is.
To my
You did it really well too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's over. You got to move on sometimes. But it was funny because I remember walking out of the game and everyone goes to their families and stuff. I didn't have anyone there, so I just walked over to the corner and I remember ringing my dad and he's like, "You're all good," and I was just like, I just don't really know kind of what to say or what to feel right now. And he's like, "You'll be right, mate. It was a bit of a mistake. You move on." And he said something like, "You guys got smashed anyway, so it didn't really matter." So I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right." But then I got back to Iowa that night, and one of my buddies from Australia had gotten to Iowa the day before, and he was just giving me shit the whole night about it. So I didn't really have a choice but to kind of just, take it in my stride, move on, and have a bit of banter about it. But yeah. Anyway, gents, let's honor a more positive note, I think.
Yeah, well, okay, hey, Wednesday. I forgot it's Wednesday, to be honest, because we had Monday off. But how was the week of practice? Everything went good. Iowa State this week. How's the game?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, Forrester, you don't really know, but Coop, you've got a fair idea. I mean, it's kind of just, once you get into the routine of game week, it's really just, it feels the same no matter who you're playing. But the video.
I was just going to
they're playing the video in the locker room.
Dude,
kind of driving everyone a bit crazy.
And they didn't do it last year, right?
Yeah, they didn't. And today was the first day.
Well, at least they're doing it. They probably realized, oh my gosh, we haven't played it all.
For the audience, explain what the video is they play.
What is
it?
We're gonna bring the hammer, break the rock, And I'll tell you
and it's
what,
just like
you
5
lucky,
linemen
man.
or something just talking, like 4 or 5 Iowa State linemen just talking shit.
It's not even like it's not the type of video where you see it and you're like, this pisses me off. It was to the point where like they'd play it every single day of practice, like when you're in the facility that they're playing it.
It's like a 15-second reel on repeat.
Yeah. So like it's not even like, dude, screw this dude. It's like, this is the most annoying thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, literally, exactly.
And like when you're in the weight room and are they playing the old this is a cyclone weather alert?
Yeah, they were playing that this morning, and that actually plays before like the linemen like say all that shit too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I am very excited for the game. It's just like you can't beat it. It's one of the best atmospheres there is.
Dude, when you get off that bus,
it's
pulling
surreal.
up, people are flipping you off. You get off the bus and it's literally just a crowd.
It's nose to nose almost. It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Have you ever been, Jack?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we went the year that they had like the hailstorms and everything, and it kept getting delayed.
Oh, okay. 2019, I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what Iowa was back then.
Yeah. Not a lot of people did. Still
no.
Yeah, that game was crazy though, because I remember we went into the stadium, and the first time we walked in, this old guy turns around and just starts like berating us because we're all wearing Iowa gear.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's like 9-year-olds hanging over the fence, flipping
One
off,
of our buddies.
Yeah,
one of our buddies ended up chirping back, and we turned around, and he's just in a chokehold from this 50-year-old man.
Oh my god! Yeah, dude, it's just a circus environment. There's really no other way to put it.
State shuts down, man.
Mm-hmm.
No pro teams. That is
big DTs coming to town as well. That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a very interesting response. I'm. What a game! You gotta love football to come to that game, man.
Oh, you do. I mean, I don't have much of a stance on politics because it doesn't really affect me too much, but I just think it is pretty cool that big Donald Trump's coming to the game.
It's wild.
It would be awesome if they just panned to him and he's wearing one of those corn hats on his head.
Yeah.
Like a full cob.
They turned to him like after we went and they were singing the fight song. And he's like, "Whoa!" Like he's going nuts to the fight.
Yeah.
Every
I
word.
hope he's out on the field pre-game because I really want to get a picture.
That would be quite a country collab right there.
It's weird, right? Because even if like Tom Brady or something like came to our game, I'd be like, "Hey, like, what's up, man?" Like Ashton Kutcher came to the game a couple of years ago, and it's like, "Yeah, like, what's up, dude?" But I would never really get a photo with him because I think that's weird. But like when Donald Trump is at the game, you kind of have to, don't you? Because when are you going to see that person ever again?
Yeah, like you have a chance of seeing Ashton Kutcher again.
Yeah, and same like being in the football world, it's like you know you may run into Tom Brady one day or something like that, but Donald Trump, no, highly unlikely.
Yeah, that'll be wild, dude. It's gonna be. I mean, the stadium's gonna be electric. It's gonna be.
It's so good, and the weather's apparently meant to be perfect, so makes it even better.
It's gonna be unreal, man.
Yeah. Hey, you boys been going good?
Good, man.
Good.
We're excited. I think you guys look good on Saturday.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was almost a tale of two halves, really. We started just out of this world, really.
I didn't think you were going to touch the field the whole season after those first two drives.
I know, and then because I don't think I punted in the first quarter, and then it was kind of midway through the second quarter, I finally punted, and then had another one late. But then, second half, I would have had another 6 punts. I think I had 6 punts in the second half, which is pretty crazy.
That is pretty wild.
But I don't mind it, honestly, because I love being out, especially when the weather's nice early on in the season. And I think you talk to like most punters and kickers, when the weather's nice early in the season, you just want to be able to go out there and hammer as many balls as you can. And while it's nice out, because before you know it, it's 5 degrees and the ball's going nowhere. So it's always nice to get out there when the weather's nice and hammer away.
absolutely. I'm just trying to say this before you think I'm being rude or anything. I have a draft in 15 minutes, so I'm just trying to get into the draft room. I forget my username and password. I'm struggling right now.
Oh, this is unbelievable, Forrester. The disrespect.
I got big dough on this, dude. It's $20.
Oh, come on.
It's just a friendly way.
This is what I like about this podcast, though. It's just casual. It's not formal. There's no Coop's just barely involved at all.
Dude, I'm about to reset my password.
There you go. Who's your first pick, Coop?
Dude, I don't know, man. You know, I've been telling everyone to draft hard. Porta, baby.
I am in every league.
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to get insider scoop on if he's fucking starting or not. And like the fantasy has him at 11% starting, which I'm like, I think it's just bullshit. And either way,
I don't know who else is on the roster.
I don't either. I think they're just doing it to fuck with people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see Laporta going crazy. I can also see guys like Bijan Robertson. You know what I mean? If
well, dude, he's like sixth over. Like for a rookie, they have him in the top 10 for every draft.
Yeah,
like he's going to be one of the best ones. But like it's a huge thing to say to start out with that. Like that's a big.
He just looked the real deal in preseason.
Yeah, but dude, he plays for the fucking Falcons.
I know. So who's gonna? I mean, they got some good players. Their defense is pretty nasty. Well, it looked at in the preseason, but you never know. They're all just preseason games, and half the guys you see in preseason aren't even there anymore.
No, not
so
at all.
You never really know. But anyway, Coop, I wish you luck in your fantasy draft endeavors. Hope all goes well for you.
Shout out Bryce Schulte. He's the commissioner. And
he just got engaged today.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Just got engaged. Everyone's getting fucking engaged, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, here's a great topic. It's a great topic because Tory, you came into Iowa. Jack, you went to Iowa. You're from Chicago. You're a Midwest guy. Is it because where I grew up, even the Midwest, I didn't see people getting married that young.
Mm-hmm.
But now in Iowa. When I went to Iowa, there was people on the team getting married. Like Peyton Mansell as a kid.
You know what's crazy? So this might be an interesting take.
Yeah.
But I think Forrester don't. Well, you're not even a girl. You're not even a girl. So, oh God, Coop.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I
think there's something about Iowa country girls, and if I was them, I would snatch them up too. You know what I mean? I think it's just an Iowa thing.
I think it is. I think it actually is.
It is.
I don't know if I'd want to marry one of them city girls either, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Those Broadway girls.
Yeah.
It's so true, though.
Line of the song. I couldn't think of
it. When I lived in Texas, I was one of the only ones either not engaged, married, or about to get engaged.
Yeah. And
now that I'm in Chicago, no one's even thought about it.
Yeah, because I feel like people are just different in Chicago, whereas I really like the idea of a Texas girl. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go into too much detail because some people might get offended by this conversation, and I don't mean it like that. But
no, hey, it's this is a no judgment zone podcast.
It's very, very attractive. I find it very attractive when Southern girls or country Iowa girls, they don't grow up in a big city. They're very family orientated.
Oh yeah.
To go back to the original point, Coop, if I had found a very nice country Iowa girl, then it's hard to blame them getting married.
No, I do agree because I think I agree on the country girl because it's not even I wouldn't even say it's a country girl. I think a girl who loves their hometown, loves their state, and is like you said, family oriented. It's why not?
Yeah, I because I love my family. I love hanging out with my family. So if they're they have to be a big family person as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's big.
Any country girls listening, send us your resumes in the DMs and.
Yeah, hey.
Tory's
we got
gonna be
3 bachelors here, don't we?
Yeah, this is gonna turn into The Bachelor.
Yeah. Well, I better stop talking, otherwise you guys will have absolutely no chance.
All right, take it easy, Nico.
Yeah. Yeah, Nico was contestant 1. He said Cade left all the ladies for him.
Really? Really? Okay.
We have to this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's a bit probably something we should shy away from. But I really like. I say this a bit, and you know what? I don't even care if this offends the Australian girls. I love talking to American girls. You know what I mean? Because you can actually sit down and have a conversation with them.
So what's
and I really mean that.
I think it's a big Midwest thing. The Midwest girls, they have great personalities here.
Yeah, and I just love, like, it's just awesome listening and talking to like country Iowa girls and hearing their story and things like that. As weird as that might sound, but back home in Australia, sometimes like talking to girls is like talking to a brick wall. You just get nothing back because they just think they're so much better than you.
Is that why you came back? Because all the Midwest girls, or why'd you end up coming back?
Oh, just no, because there's girls everywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
No, I came back. I mean, is this like a serious conversation now? Do I need to?
You can say whatever you want.
No, I came back because I don't know. I really just wanted to get better, and you know, obviously the NFL was one of those things that was there, and you know, some people were saying like, I think you should do it. Some people were saying like, hey, I think you should come back for another year. But a lot of people, like the right people, were saying, well, just do what you want to do. And I'm a big believer in just like, I want to be like the best punter I can be, right? And for me to be the best punter and help me with the transition to the next level, there were so many things that I kind of feel like I had to work on to be able to come back. To be able to make the transition to the next level. So yeah, I decided to come back and just hone in on my craft even more and try and perfect a couple of things, which you're never ever going to perfect. But as long as you're moving in forward and you're not staying where you are, that's really all that matters. So, plus I love Iowa. Like, it's hard. It's different this year, you know, because even last year, last year there was still guys like Campbell and Laporta and Benson, Pop, Turner, all guys that I came in with. Whereas this year, it's a little different. Obviously, you know, Charlie's not here anymore. Coop's not here. Like Spencer's done. Ryan's done. Like Shudak's been done for a couple of years. Keith's been done for a couple of years. All the guys that I was kind of close with, you know, Henry's another one. A lot of the guys that I was close with and good friends with, it was sad when they left. And I was thinking this the other day, like, you probably don't know, Forrester, but me and Coop used to go to Starbucks every day. And like, I'd do anything to do that, because I don't go to Starbucks anymore because I don't have anyone to go with. And it's little things like that that I miss with the older guys. And Coop, like, we'd go every day after. It was just a thing,
every day.
I'd walk into the shower and Coop was sharing like, hey, Starbucks. Like, yep, let's do it. So we'd just go, and it was just a vibe.
It was like the shower. The shower was like the.
We're probably painting such a weird picture right now.
Yeah,
but showers on a Wednesday,
just showering together.
Like that is a place where plans were made. Like that was like when everyone's like rinsing off. Like me and Tory would be like, Starbucks, and we're like, yes, dude, let's go. Yeah. It was like it was like we took the edge off. Some people drank, some people smoked. Me and Tory got coffee.
Yeah. Fuck, that's funny when you say it like that, honestly.
Hey, that was the I can't think
Starbucks and ping pong.
That was our vice.
That was our vice, yeah. It was. Yeah. And ping pong. Yeah, that was big.
Oh, that was crazy. I used to I was a Hawkeye Championship captain this year. So I had whenever we would do a team activity, a lot of the guys would come over to my house, which was quite a lot. And I used to talk to them, like, I used to play ping pong. Like, me and Kit would play hours a day. Like, we'd go to Starbucks, come home, put our little coffees on the little stools we had next to the table, and just play pong for an hour.
Do you have that ping pong table still? You got a new one, right?
We got a new one, yeah, because someone at one of the Lucon bangers broke it.
I remember it. I know who it was. I think it was
was it Tweet?
Yeah.
Tweet. Yeah.
I think it just like collapsed. It looks like a it looks like a prop from the movie Jaws. Like it looks like
Yeah,
a
it
shark
literally does.
did it off.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a new one, Charlie. Dude, it was weird. Charlie brought it up, and then a month later, he's in the portal. So, yeah, but we do have one.
Yeah,
which is
Which
was regularly used during Hawkeye Championship team activity meetings.
Yeah, who are you playing against? Who's the top now?
Oh, I was never really playing, but
that makes sense because you suck.
Yeah, whatever. Keep not getting in this conversation. It's just a waste of time, really. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know who's good. Elkin and Hines used to play a bit because they were in my team, so we'd have
I can see
probably
I could see Elkin being good.
Yeah, we'd have 16, 17 people over, and people would just take it in turns,
Let's go. That's sweet.
Yeah, but they probably came over.
You were probably a great Hawkeye Championship captain. You're probably come over, let's just hang out and chill.
Dude, Shanzo and I won it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we won, man. Yeah.
It makes, dude, if you have two chill, like captains who like, you need to get shit done, but you just got to have fun.
Yeah, I think it was a good, dude, I mean, I loved it, and the thing was, and it was probably back in February, right? We were down by like 20,000 points. And so many people just wrote us off. So I was kind of like, you know what? Fuck these motherfuckers. Like, I'm going to start thinking of some ways. Like, how can I get the boys back in the game? And we just slowly chipped away at it. And then before you knew it, we had like such a substantial lead that other teams just fell off. And then Coop and Joe, they rallied their troops together pretty well towards the end. But we just got it done in the end. So I was very, very happy about that. Coach Wallace was my coach, and he was awesome. If there was any ideas like I had, he would always help me. And
yeah,
I think it was just one of those things. We all held one another accountable for everything. So yeah, Shans and I.
How does the point system work?
Basically, you can get points for community service, like volunteer work and things like that, which people would have put in a ridiculous amount of hours. Like Coop, the Hawkeye Championship, I think we won with like 400-something thousand points. Whereas to give you a bit of context, last year, Forrester, someone won with like 100,000 something.
To give you context before that, someone won with 75 when I was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so we were putting in the work. But basically it's just one of those things and the reason we won in the end was we had a perfect summer. Like we didn't have one fuck up the whole summer. Like
that's huge. If
literally
no one gets
June, July. Yeah, so we had perfect days, perfect weeks, perfect months, perfect like summer. So that's what kind of just got us through in the end. And yeah, I just didn't. It's kind of funny though because you could tell like when we were in the Hawkeye Championship draft, so many guys like the other captains were drafting guys who were just like good at football and like good athletically, and I was kind of like, I really just want to try and get guys that aren't slapdicks, guys that just do shit right and are good dudes, and will just like take on whatever you tell them. And Shanzo and I were just one of those people like, guys, we're not going to make anyone do it, but just know that like if one person's doing it, we should all do it. And that was kind of the motto we went with. So it was kind of one in all in. So everyone did a really good job. So it was one of the happiest times I've had since I got here winning that.
Hell yeah.
Like hands down. It was sick just because everyone wrote us off and had a.
You made me cry, man. This is fucking.
Sorry?
You're going to make me cry. This is
No, not all, but in all seriousness, it was so good. Like Shanzo and I are absolutely stoked. So awesome. I was very proud of the brethren.
If Tory's happy, we're happy, man.
Yeah, good. Exactly, boys. Exactly. Prove the doubters wrong, which you can never be too upset about with that.
Yeah. That's how this podcast works. We just feed off your energy every week.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
You should have seen Tory, the announcers this week. If a camera even saw you, they would just be like, Tory Taylor, the best player in the country right now.
Nah, not at all. It was weird, dude. It just wasn't my best game, and it's kind of funny because I saw that I made like the Ray guy top 8 or something of the week, but I didn't hit one. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't hit one ball. Probably the 7 balls I hit, I really only hit maybe 2 good ones that I actually wanted to hit. You know what I mean? It was the pooch punt going in. And then that last minute one, which I just tried to chip over the top and hit it literally hit it exactly where I wanted, to hit it. But, it was weird, man. I was hitting like good balls from like a data point of view, like I hit a couple or like 150 and one that went like 53.48 or something like that, which is like a good ball in the scheme of things, but I just wasn't happy with the location. So, it was a little bit of a weird game from a personal point of view. And like we chatted about before, it was weird in the sense that I didn't punt until about a quarter and a half in, like nearly half of the game, which was just so abnormal because by then I'm probably, you go about 25 minutes into the game, so a quarter and a bit into the game, I probably had honestly 3 or 4 punts. Like I think we averaged 7 punts last year. So,
Coop, what I think we got to do now is we're just going to be the full like campaign managers for Tory for Ray Guy this year. Like we're not going to let him rig it.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Well, what we got to do is we got to do like what like Mark Moss won save the Big Ten. We got to save Tory. We got to save Tory from getting fucking.
Oh shit! That'll never get old. Coop, how's some of the videos and photos which cannot be spoken about in a public forum like this? But Forrester, some of the videos and photos that were being sent into our group chat yesterday, it was just. I was sitting in my car crying
because it's like half the videos were like freshman year.
Yeah,
dude, it's just so funny to see like where guys have like came from, like in terms of freshman to now. It is absurd. Like,
it is crazy to think about because you guys kind of went from like 18-year-olds to 23-year-olds, whereas I've always been just going from like 22 to 25. So that it was never really that much of a difference for me. Like obviously I've gained a lot of maturity, but it seems like 18-year-old pics like Spence and Coop and Ryan and stuff had me in absolute stitches.
Dude, what the fuck? I just somehow auto-drafted and I'm in the draft. Jamar Chase, so I'll take it. Okay.
That's all right.
That's a win. Unless Charlie takes a spot.
Yeah, fuck. Hey, come on. Chucky boy.
Come home.
Come on.
I hope he goes well, Big Chuck. It'll be good to see.
It's cool to see him make a roster, make the 53.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so wild.
Any Iowa guy or just somebody from like even like your high school area who makes a roster, you're like, that's the coolest thing on earth.
Yeah. Especially like the fact that like we lived with him, Coop. And I mean, you know him very well as well, Forrester.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird to think that like, fucking hell, I was sitting with this motherfucker on the couch like watching a movie every night. And now he's fucking at the Bengals.
Yeah. Tory last week had told the story on the pod how senior bar crawl, Coop and Henry went back and called it a night, and then you and Charlie were like, "Well, let's go out."
So, I don't remember. What was that?
It's like a full line change.
Was that
you would remember the end of the night if I brought it up.
Are you gonna watch a lot of NFL this year?
Yeah, I mean, I do. That's like, dude, I love just getting home from football on a Sunday afternoon and putting the TV on and just watching football until I fall asleep. And then you're like, oh shit, wake up Monday. Oh, there's another game on tonight. Like Monday night football. I'm probably going to sound like Henry Marquise when I say this, but Monday night football, when like the Steelers are playing the Ravens or something like that, and it's deep into the season in like November, you cannot beat it.
No, it's sweet. And it's a great Monday. It's like a good thing to look forward to on Monday nights.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I love it.
It's a snake draft. I'm up next. T. Higgins, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith.
Olave.
Dude, fucking what?
Devontae.
Yeah.
I thought you took Devontae the last one. I forgot we got on the Gibbs. Yeah. Yeah, that's I think it's the best too when it starts snowing and it's like Packers and Lambeau. I hate the Packers so much. The Bears are gonna be awesome, but Lambeau is so sick in the winter.
Oh, I think it got rated like the best NFL stadium today or something, didn't it?
Packers. Did I ever tell you I caught a pass on Lambeau Field at halftime when they played the Seahawks in the playoffs?
Really?
Yeah, they did this like quarterback challenge in high school, and they'd pick 2 rival teams throughout the whole state to go at halftime, like so you could catch the farthest pass. So it's us against Arrowhead, which they've had a ton of remember Ben Bredesen, the lineman for Michigan? Forrester, you ever heard that name? Never mind. But he's a beast. They have a bunch of dudes that came out there. Harvey, he played for Michigan State. Bunch of dudes. We threw like a 50-yard bomb, and we had the furthest catch. But like it's in front of like 70,000 like playoff fans. It's sick.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, dude. I'd love to go to a game there.
It's a bucket list place to go for sure.
Yeah, I think because I'm not going back to Australia after the bowl game this year. I'm going to try and get to a couple of games because I've never been to an NFL game.
Dude, what we should try and do is go see Chuck.
Yeah, that would be fun, huh?
Me and you get Henry, get the roommates, try and get Ivo.
That would be sick. Yeah, I was spoken to Justin Kapisak a bit actually, and I might even go out to Vegas and see a game with him.
Oh, that'd be a hell.
Yeah.
Go in the VIP section, just bring out the.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have something lined up for sure.
He'll probably
invade.
He'll probably get you to take a snap on the field.
Yeah, we'll take the first snap of the game.
You guys are doing the coin toss.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's the man.
I was in Vegas last weekend. You can't spend more than 2 nights there, man.
Dude, no, it's
not. I know. It's out of control. It's just I've never seen so many people from so many different parts of the world in one city.
Have you been
like
in
one strip?
Have you been in New York?
No. But I'm just saying like one strip, like one block. There's just people from everywhere.
Dude, you'd be in awe at New York.
I really want to go to New York. That's like one city that I really, really want to visit before my time's done in the US, which is hopefully a while.
It's cool. You just can't go. You can't go touristy. You can't do don't do the Times Square. Times Square is cool, but it's not. Actually, I wouldn't say it's cool. It's like
I want to go to like Wall Street and stuff like that, which I don't.
Dude, that's where when I went to New York with Daphne, we stayed on Wall Street. Dude, it is.
Yeah, like I just want to sit outside and sip on a nice latte and enjoy the big high rises around me.
If you're going to Starbucks, I'll fly out there with you so we can go.
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah. Relive some great moments.
Tori, you got to go to Starbucks though to get the little pumpkin spice.
No,
it's the season.
Is it?
Yeah, they started selling the end of August.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I don't really go there much anymore.
I was there.
To be honest, and if I do, mate, I just go through the drive-through.
We're going Purdue week. Friday morning, we'll drive up.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
sweet.
We'll go to Starbucks.
Yeah, that's my birthday weekend, so that'll be good.
Send
it, boys.
Dude, the stars are lining up for this.
Oh, they are.
That's what me and Forrest were doing the live podcast.
Yeah, turn 26 that day, the day of the Purdue game, and it's a night game, so we'll have a few quiet waters after the game.
It's a night game.
Be home early. Yeah, 7:30, I think, or 6:30.
Dude, fuck me.
This is a great
week to be on it all day. Right. Yeah,
long day.
Yeah, especially for you, Coop.
What does that mean?
We're going to see Tory in action.
No, back up. What does that mean?
You won't be able to last the whole day, and you know it.
Bull fucking shit.
Nah, I'll look for it. I'll be hearing you from the sideline, I'm sure.
You will. I might just jump on the field and tackle you.
Oh, nothing will be as bad as my mates that came last year, though. Oh God.
Dude, what's that guy's name? It's Eric Lewis, right?
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, he's the man.
Does he still sit on the sideline in the same spot?
No, I didn't see him on Saturday. I haven't spoken to him for a while. I know. I think my mum spoke to him because my mum and little brother are over here at the moment. So I think they chat to him every now and then. But I should reach out to him because he's a bloody good man, Eric.
Great, dude. He's always he's
probably the nicest guy on this planet.
I haven't even formally met him, but I remember seeing him. He'd be like he'd be front row on the corner, right for wherever the
Yeah.
workout bicycles are.
Yeah.
And when Tory came, he had a huge Australian flag.
Yeah.
It was
That's
sweet.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the man. Real good dude. Like Eric.
Hey, are your parents gonna be here for the Purdue game?
No, dude, they leave the week before actually, so I won't have anyone here for that game. So.
Hey, we'll be your family.
You boys want my tickets?
Yeah.
Wait, what is
there
it?
You go.
Purdue game?
Yeah, the Purdue game, the 7th of October.
That works out better at Michigan State.
We'll be your family for that week. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, are you going to come to that though, Koo? The Michigan State game?
I don't know if I'm going to go because Purdue's the week after. So
week after, yeah.
Screw it.
You might be better off coming to the Purdue game because it's a night game. It's always pretty cool.
Well, there's more people coming to the Purdue game too.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's your answer.
Yeah,
I'll probably be at like almost every conference game this year.
Really?
Just because I live so close now.
Yeah, well, we're at Northwestern, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah,
we'll be at the Western game
too.
You going to the Penn State game?
I don't know. That's going to be a last minute decision.
It's hard to get to, isn't it?
Hard to get to. Tickets are going to be crazy. It's going to be a nightmare there.
Yeah.
Man, talk about a game though. That'd be fucking cool to go to.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
That will be an atmosphere, man.
Yeah. Like you don't want to look too far ahead, but I mean, in the off season when you kind of got a bit of time to yourself, like it's hard not to think about how special of an occasion that is, like the fucking whiteout.
Just circle that Saturday.
Yeah, for sure. So that'll be pretty cool atmosphere. So will this weekend. I love away games too. Like absolutely love away games.
This is the away game though.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This one's
the one. This is the one you have to win.
This is the one. Yeah, this is the make or break of the season.
It dictates the season. I didn't realize it because we never lost to Iowa State while I was in college. Last year I was like, well, this sucks. Like, what do we do the rest?
That was the first game I'd ever been to as a fan. The Iowa State game.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It was me, Henry, and Lauren. We had seats on like the opposite side, us three, downpouring. Dude, me and Henry, we were like blubbering during the storm, dude. We also had a couple in us. So
yeah. Dude, that's one thing that I'm so excited to experience is just like not have like the nerves or anything to worry or concentrate about. Is just watching it from the stands. But I bet you when I'm doing that, I'm probably thinking, man, I wish I was out there. Like you probably thought that the whole time.
It's tough, but especially because like Henry's calling out the formations when we run.
Dude, it's insane.
And I was calling out the offensive formations, and me and Henry were like the most obnoxious fans. We were like, "Get over, like get!" We were freaking out, dude. Like screaming.
I will say this until the day he does it, but he needs to go into NFL analytics or something.
Yeah,
like, Forrest, I'm telling you, bro. Like we'll be sitting there watching like an NFL game, and he'll just be calling out plays. Like, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And I'm just like,
I remember we did the preseason show last year, like the season preview, and Hen was able to break down every single team, like what offense and defense they're going to run against.
Dude, it's nuts.
Well, dude, he played. It's like he came in with me as a receiver.
Yeah.
He switched him to DB, and then he came back to receiver, and then he went back to DB to finish. So he knew, like, both sides of the ball in and out. Even before he got to, like his freshman year, he could.
I thought he would have been a really good coach, and maybe that's something he's still considering. But he's such a smart guy. He shouldn't be sitting in an office from 9 to 5. I'll put it that way.
No,
so maybe that's what he enjoys. I don't know. But when it comes to sport and it comes to football, and I like people that are MJ fans, so I'll always like the Beast.
Oh, absolutely.
MJ to the day we die.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Hey, Breece Hall or the Tampa Bay running back?
Breece Hall.
I
think Hen and Mike are coming by this weekend for our pregame festivities before the Iowa.
Good. Well, tell the boys I said hello. I was talking to the Beast last week, actually. He always texts me before every game. So, yeah, I love the Beast.
That's awesome.
The Beast.
He's the best.
Yeah.
All right, Tory. I know you said you had to go.
Yeah, good to chat, boys.
Absolutely.
We'll do this again for sure.
Yeah, hey, you're always welcome. I think you're our most recurring guest. You and Spence are up there.
Really? Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Don't put me in the same bracket as Spence, but yeah. Very, very nice of you to have me on. Always enjoy it, honestly.
Hey, by the way, if you can find his coaching picture, please send.
Okay. I don't know if you can go on, but I'll try.
He said nobody's eyes are allowed to see it because he doesn't look good.
I have it.
Well, I'm about to walk through the coach's hallway, so I'll see if I can find it.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll find it.
I can't make any promises there.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Sounds good.
All right, Tory.
All right. Thanks,
Take
Tory.
care. Peace. Thanks,
brother.
boys.